Hi everyone, I am Deepak, a pediatric occupational therapist, and welcome to WeeCare. Today's video is one of the so many parents relate to deeply. You might have said that recently, my child just doesn't listen. Or maybe no matter how many times I tell him, he just ignores me. I hear this almost every week in therapy session. And here is the thing. Sometimes it looks like your child will not listen, but actually they cannot. That's a big difference. In this video, we are going to talk about how to tell the difference between will not and cannot behavior. What happens during sensory overload and that makes your child shut down or tune out. And most importantly, simple home-based activities you can try before labeling your child's action as the behavioral problems. By the end, you will see your child not listening moments in a completely new light.
Hey, are you listening to me?
Look how high I can go.
That's enough. Get down right now.
Okay, so let's start with what many parents experience every day. You call your child
Michael, honey. Michael,
you
look
ask
up.
them to put the toys away, they act like they didn't even hear you. And you tell them to stop jumping on the sofa and they keep doing it while looking straight at you. You try being calm, patient, then you raise your voice and still nothing works. Sounds familiar, right? When this happens repeatedly, parents naturally start thinking, maybe my child is being stubborn, maybe they are disrespectful, or maybe they just don't care. But here is where we need to pause and think. What if this is not non-compliance? What if the child's brain and body are struggling to process the what's happening around them? This is where we start separating the two big categories: will not behavior and cannot behaviors. Okay, so now let's understand this clearly. A will not behavior means the child has the ability to do whatever you are asking, but he chooses not to. It's about control, testing limits and seeking attention, all normal parts of the development. A cannot behavior on the other hand means the child wants to listen, but their brain or body is not in the state where listening is possible for him. Let's take a few examples. Okay, let's see the first example. You say, come here, it's time to eat. The child doesn't move. If it is a will not, it is like they heard you. They understand, but they are refusing just to push the boundaries. If it's a cannot, maybe they are in the middle of the intense sensory play, their brain is hyper focused or overload and they literally cannot shift their attention. Let's see second example. You tell your child, say hello to uncle. They hide behind you or cover their ears.
Go on, she won't bite.
Is that rude behavior? No. It could be auditory sensitivity or social anxiety. Their nervous system perceives that situation as unsafe or too loud. Let's see third example. You say stop jumping. They keep
That's
jumping.
enough. Get down
They
right now.
jump more. Sometimes it's not misbehavior. It's a sensory seeking. The child's body needs movement to feel calm, to regulate, to focus. So will not is a choice problem and cannot is a capacity problem. When we treat a sensory cannot like a will not, we end up pushing a child for something that is actually out of their control. Now let's talk about what is happening in your child's brain when they cannot listen. Every single second your child's nervous system receives thousands of pieces of information from sound, touch, light, smell, movements, even the gravity. Most brain filters that automatically, but for some kids that filter does not work properly. So instead of just hearing your voice, they are hearing the fan, the bird outside, footsteps, the hum of the fridge, all at once. They are trying to listen, but everything is equally loud. It is like trying to have a conversation in the middle of a rock concert. Or imagine you are tired, someone shouting, lights are flashing, and someone keeps touching you. Would you be able to follow instructions calmly? Probably no. That is what sensory overload feels like for a child. And in that state, listening is not a choice, it's a physically impossible. The brain switches into survival mode. It is not thinking, it is just trying to protect the body from overwhelm. So when your child doesn't respond, they are not ignoring you. their nervous system has gone offline. Now, of course, not everything is sensory. Sometimes kids do choose not to follow directions. That is part of the normal child development. Will not behaviors might look like refusing to pick up toys even after multiple clear reminders, saying no to every single thing, laughing or running away when they know they have done something wrong. These movements require consistency, clear boundaries, and predictable consequences. But here is something I have learned from working with the hundreds of children. Even behavioral problems often have sensory roots behind them. A child who refuses to do handwriting may not be lazy. They might have tactile defensiveness. Holding the pencil actually feels uncomfortable. A child who shouts in class might not be naughty. They might be overwhelmed by the noises and movements around them. So behavior is just the surface, but sensory processing is often the foundational underneath. If we only look at the surface, we keep missing what is the child really communicating. Let me share a few real examples, a story from my therapy sessions. I have changed the names for the privacy. So
Alright,
first
class,
case is the
settle down
Arab,
now.
a 5-year-old.
You can tell me the answer
His
to
teacher
question
said he
3
never
on the
listens in the
board.
class. He would stare at the ceiling, tap the pencil and ignores the instruction. When we assessed him, we found auditory modulation difficulties. That means his brain could not pick up the teacher's voice from the background noises. Once we gave him a quiet corner seat,
tell me what
added
this
some
is?
visual schedules and
It's a
short
red
instructions,
apple.
suddenly he
There's
started
That is
completing
correct.
his task and
Excellent
following
work.
directions. He could listen once the environment matches his sensory need. Second case is the Mira, a 4-year-old girl. Every morning dressing time was a battle.
It's okay, sweetie.
She
Let me just cut
screams
the
when wearing clothes. Her parents thought she was being dramatic or stubborn,
I got
but
for
during
you.
assessment we found tactile hypersensitivity. Seams, tags, even the socks felt painful. We
all
switched to
right
soft
now,
cotton
darling.
cloths, used deep
We are
pressure
safe.
activities like squeezing and hug before dressing, and it completely changes the morning routine. She didn't hate dressing, she hated the feeling. Third case is the Vihan, 6-year-old. He refuses to sit for meals, always running, jumping, moving. We found out he had a strong need for vestibular input. His body craved movement to regulate. We built in 5 minutes of jumping, pushing and crawling before meals. Within a few weeks, he could sit for 10 to 15 minutes calmly. Each of these children was not misbehaving. They are communicating through their behaviors because they didn't yet have the words to express how their body felt. Now let's talk about what you as a parent can do at home. Before assuming it's the behavior, here are 7 practical steps I recommend. First one is to check the environment first. Before correcting your child, look around. Is the TV on? Is the light too much bright? Are there too many people talking at once? Reduce the sensory load before giving instructions. Next, get your child attention first. Go near, touch their shoulders gently,
Remember to
make
finish your
eye
homework
contact
before you
and
go
then
outside to play.
Many kids with sensory differences don't register voice unless attention is anchored visually or through touch. Third, use visual and sensory friendly communication. Instead of saying clean up, show a
Look,
small
it's time
card
to
or
eat.
picture.
Are you
Visuals stay longer in their brain than verbal instruction. Next, include sensory break in the day. Jumping, swinging, deep pressure play, pushing the wall, carrying grocery bags. This helps to regulate their nervous system. A regulated brain listens better. Next, observe patterns. Notice when not listening happens. Is it in the noisy place, before meals, or during transition? Patterns reveal the sensory trigger points. So you can work on that. Next, connect before you correct. Children cooperate best
all
when they
over
feel
now,
safe
baby.
and connected. Kneel down, soften your voice and say, "Hey buddy,
I love you, Daddy.
can you look at me for a second?" That simple emotional cue helps them to shift the attention. And last would be seek professional support if needed. If this happens daily and affects the learning or family life, meet an occupational therapist. We can
Almost
help to
there. Keep
identify
pushing.
your child's
Great
sensory need
job.
and guide you with the personalized strategies. Let's recap what we have learned today. A child who does not listen is not always misbehaving. Sometimes they will not. It's a choice. Sometimes they cannot. It's a sensory or regulation based. Our job as a parent and therapist is to understand before we discipline. When you pause and ask, what is my child's behavior trying to tell me? You shift from frustration to compassion, and that is where real progress begins. If this video helped you to understand your child a little better, please like, share and subscribe to our channel WeeCare. It really helps more parents to find this kind of information. And if you want me to make a detailed follow-up video on how to create a sensory-friendly home routine, just comment below. I will make that next. Remember, your child is not giving you a hard time. They are having a hard time. And with the right understanding and support, things truly can change. Thank you for watching. I am Deepak and see you in the next video. Thank you.